So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to write the winning cover letter for your Canada visa application, right? So like some of you guys know, I actually just came back from Canada about 2 weeks ago, right? I thought I'm making this video. Now, this is the cover letter that I wrote when I applied for my Canada visa application for myself, right? Now, these two cover letters right here are actually winning cover letters I've written for clients that we did Canada visa application for as well. So in today's video, like I said, I'm going to be showing you how to write the winning cover letter for your Canada visa application. Now, one of these cover letters is owned by this client right here. She's a colonel in the Nigerian Army. She reached out to us and we did both a UK and Canada visa application for her. Now, her UK visa has been approved right here. She sent a picture of that to us. Anyways, I got the visa and I apologize for something that she complained about. And congratulations, I was very positive about your visa would be approved. And she said that she got the decision in just 8 days, right? Funny thing, Canada, we are still waiting for a decision, but I'm actually very positive about it because we actually did the right thing. So we're going to be looking at all of these cover letters so that we find out exactly how you can actually write a winning cover letter for your Canada visa application. Actually, let's start with mine. No, I'm going to talk about mine last. I'm going to start with these other ones, then we'll get to mine, right? So number one right here is a client. This is a very young guy, 23-ish, right? He lives in Nigeria, but he makes money. When he reached out to us, I told him that his chances of getting the visa approved actually 50-50 because of his situation, right? And he said we should go ahead. What we did was to make sure that we put his best foot forward. Now, the challenge I have with him is that he has not left Nigeria before, right? But of course, he wanted to apply for the Canada visa, and of course, we did it for him. Hopefully, it is going to be a positive. Now, what did we do? We focused on justifying the trip. Now, he's planning to go to Canada for a music concert in December. He's attending the JC Reyes live concert and the Burna Boy concert, something like that, right? So one of the questions I asked him is, have you been to any other concert before? And he came with receipts. He gave us bookings for Wizkid's concert that he has actually attended, Angelique Kidjo, a lot of concerts that he has actually attended right here in Nigeria, right? So we actually built on that to justify the purpose of his trip. So the first thing on this cover letter is actually justifying the purpose of the trip. So I started with this. Application for a Canadian visitor visa. I'm writing to apply for a Canadian visa. I'm an entrepreneur. I own this company in telecommunication and electrical services in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm applying to travel to Toronto, Canada from this date to this date in order to attend this concert from this date to this date and this other concert from this date to this date. I'm a long-time music enthusiast and passionate supporter of live performances. Over the years, I have attended several notable concerts in Nigeria. This is just trying to justify the reason so that, let's say, you are going for this concert. You've not been to any concert before, right? It's a red flag, sort of. Maybe orange flag, not very red. So I have attached the tickets of those past concerts I've attended. These experiences have deepened my passion for live music and cultural exchange. Attending this concert and this concert in Toronto represent a continuation of this passion on an international stage. I'm a big fan of this person, and right, so this is us trying to justify the purpose of this trip in the cover letter. So number one thing that you need to pay attention to is justification of purpose. The reason why you say that you are traveling to Canada, is it justified? I showed you guys a refusal letter in my previous video where a lady was refused and they said that you do not have a legitimate purpose to visit Canada. All right, so the reason that you gave, it is not justified. You have any reason to visit, right? So of course that visa was refused. I also mentioned the fact that I have already purchased my concert tickets, booked my flights, and made hotel reservations for the entire duration of my stay. I have attached these documents to this application, right? Very detailed. That justification of purpose. For the other things that I jumped right here. And the next thing is economic and employment ties, right? What he does for a living. Because we're actually preempting the possible reason for refusal and we are fixing it in the application. That's how we approach these days. I'm self-employed and I run this business. A business specializing in telecommunications and all of these things. I also operate as an agent for this company, right? Assisting clients with this and that. I earn a significant and stable income of around 9 million monthly, which is clearly reflected in my attached bank statement. So this guy makes around 9 million naira every month, right? So beyond my business operation, I also derive income from real estate. I own 10 units of 3-bedroom apartments and 4 office units in Lagos, from which I collect rental revenue. Of course, we attach the documents of those properties that are his name as well, right? This serves as both employment and economic ties, right? And of course, property ties as well. Now, affordability, how he's going to be able to afford this trip. I'm fully capable of affording all travel, accommodation, and incidental expenses during this trip. My guaranteed trust bank account, which I have attached to this application, covers the period of this date to this date, which shows a total inflow of this amount and outflow of this amount. This translates to an average monthly income of around this, right? With the average monthly income of, average expenses of about this amount of money, right? Leaving an average payable income of this amount of money. In addition to this heavy cash flow, my account maintains a current closing balance of this amount of money, a couple of millions, yeah, which is more than enough to cover my trip. This pattern of steady income, significant disposable earnings, and strong balance confirmed my ability to, so this is me trying to fight that reason that they normally give that you cannot afford this trip based on your ticket, right? So I was actually doing all of this because this guy's chance of getting the visa approved is actually very slim. He has not been anywhere before. So he might be refused based on travel history. And I explained this to him, but he said, let's go ahead and actually try, right? And of course, we try to do a very good job and put his best foot forward. Make sure we cross all the T's and dot all the I's, basically. And ties to Nigeria. I have strong family ties and social commitment. So we actually talked about his ties, his business, how much he's making, the fact that he's a student, studying computer science at BSc level, and all of those things. We explained all of those things in detail. And I asked him, I said, what if this visa gets refused? He said that he can always sell the concert tickets on a website, so you can buy and sell. You can even buy and sell at a profit. That's business, right? I didn't even know that it's possible. Of course, he has been doing that for a while. He explained it to me and it actually makes sense, right? So this is how we did the cover letter. And I'm actually very positive about this application. The only issue I have with the application is that if this guy doesn't have travel history, if he had travel history, I would have been like maybe 95% sure that his visa is going to get approved, right? So this is this client, let's call him John. That's what his name was. Let's say his name is John. So this is John's cover letter, and you see that it's actually a winning cover letter. So let's take a look at this second application, which belongs to the woman I showed you guys his UK visa just a while ago. So let's call her Auntie Grace. Now, Auntie Grace is a major, colonel. I think he's a colonel or major in Nigerian Army, right? So, okay, she's a major in Nigerian Army, yes, not a colonel. So I'm writing to apply for a Canada visa for a short period, doing my annual leave, right? I'm a major in Nigerian Army, currently deployed as a dash with this organization, right? I'm not going to mention that, and as an expert on this, right? My employment letter, which is called Department of Commission, which is signed by the former Nigerian president, so XXXXX, and letter of introduction, salary certificate, and leave certificate, duly signed by Lieutenant Colonel this, that, who is the chief military personnel officer for where she works, right? I intend to spend 14 days in Canada for tourism and relaxation, doing my approved leave and all of that. So we made all the arguments right here, right? I am employed full-time with Nigerian Army and currently seconded to this organization. Now, about her salary, the organization pays her a couple of thousands of dollars. The Nigerian Army pays her a couple of thousands of naira, right? We had to bring this into Canadian dollars, and bring it together to get the total of what her monthly income is, both from the organization and Nigerian Army, and we put it right here together. We're trying to explain her finances, right? And of course, how she will able to afford the trip, basically. So this is me preempting the possible refusal reasons and actually fixing it. So I have attached my pay slip with both organizations, Nigerian Army and the other organization, and bank statement which clearly shows my consistent salary deposits, healthy balance to cover all my costs. My payment from this organization sometimes are above basic salary payments, and this is because of reimbursement and personal expenses. Because she explained to us that when she makes expenses, the organization that she works for actually gives her these monies back when she provides receipt. Like she buys flight tickets, and travels to see her family. When she comes back, she will show them flight tickets, and they will pay her they will refund the money to her when they're paying the next salary. So we need to explain all of those things so that there's no ambiguity in the bank statement, right? For context, I pay for my flight from this to this and back on front and reimburse the next cycle and all of those things. So we are trying to explain her circumstances basically, right? I confirm that I will fully fund my trip and my available balance is more than sufficient to cover all expenses without financial strain. I'm married to so and so person, and together we have a daughter, right? They will remain in Nigeria doing my visit to Canada. This is us creating ties, reason why she's going to come back to Nigeria, right? I have attached her marriage certificate and my daughter's birth certificate. Now, there's an issue with this, and we addressed it here. I wish to clarify that my daughter's birth certificate lists my name as so and so person instead of so and so person due to an administrative assumption that I share my husband's surname. An affidavit is attached to affirm that both names refer to the same person, me. Right? So this is me seeing a discrepancy from the conversation in the consulting session and I'm fixing it in the visa application, to increase her chances, right? That's basically how I work. I have traveled previously to Canada, Uganda, Kenya, and South Africa for official duties, and my passport include visas, entry stamps, and exit stamp for each trip. I have never overstayed or violated the conditions of any visa. I have a secure and ongoing career with the Nigerian Army. According to this and this and this and the public service rules, the compulsory retirement age for all grade level is 60 years of age or 35 years in service, whichever comes first. I was born on this date, which means I will not retirement age of 60 until February 20 something, the year that she's going to be retiring. So I'm actually stressing this as a tie to give them a reason why she's going to come back. She's doing pension contributions. She's going to be entitled to a pension. So become an illegal immigrant in Canada is very unlikely, because she's going to come back because of this. Now, this is one of the tricks that we use to actually create ties, especially if you're a civil servant here. I began my civil service career on this date, which means that I will reach 35 years of pensionable service on this date. Based on this date, I still have so and so number of years of active service and all of that. In addition, my husband and daughter reside permanently in Nigeria, where my daughter will continue higher education. Given my strong family ties, secure employment, and long-term pensionable career, I have every incentive to return to Nigeria after my short visit to Canada. I confirm that my sole purpose of visiting Canada is for a short holiday. I will not seek employment or public funds or all of those things. And of course, just successfully her signature, and we'll close it, right? You close the winning cover letter. So this is the cover letter that we wrote for this military officer, right? So we'll call her Auntie Grace, yeah? So this is for Auntie Grace. So, and this is mine. Right, this is one I wrote for myself. As a matter of fact, yesterday I was at the TLS to submit my application for a 1-year Schengen visa, and yes, I wrote a cover letter for that application as well. So I always do a cover letter for all my visa application, and I'll encourage you to actually do the same. And if you want to reach out to me personally, right, to book a consulting session so we can look at your situation and find out if you are qualified and how you can actually approach your visa application, what you need to do is to click on the first link that is pinned in the comment section below, or just go to noagenttravelguide.com to actually book a consulting session with me, basically, right? So I started that I wish to take a 7-day vacation to Canada, which is why I'm making this application. I am self-employed as a YouTube content creator, and my YouTube channel, which currently have over 400,000 subscribers, can be found here. Right, as at that time I had 400,000 subscribers. Right now it's around almost 100,000 subscribers on that channel. My channel is fast growing, and so is my YouTube revenue, which you can see in my USD account, and this and that. Beyond YouTube ad revenue, I have other things that I do. I listed all the other things that I do and how much I earn from those things. The core of my business, however, is affiliate marketing, which I do. I sell courses online. I do a lot of things. I explain all the things that I do for work, how I make money, all of those things, right? I also own a couple of real estate in this place and that place. I listed all of those things right there, right? And all of that. I've also spoken at conferences around Nigeria and all of those things. As part of this application, I provided the analytics on my YouTube channel, right? So I printed the YouTube channel analytics on my channel and attached a part of the application so that you see exactly how much I make and how my channel is doing and all of those things, right? Finally, let me also state that I aim to travel the world and all of this. So this is me closing my application. And when I did this application, I wasn't married. So my tie, I had to stress what I do for work, because I'm trying to create employment economic time for myself. That's what I actually lean on, because as at that time I wasn't married, so it's better for me to lean to my strong suits. So when we have consulting sessions with you, we're actually trying to find what your strong suits are, so that we can actually lean on it in your visa application. That's how it works, right? So if you get in touch with me and we're having a consulting session, when I'm asking you a question, I'm actually looking for strong suits, things that I can actually lean on to make a very strong argument in your application. And yes, we can help you with the process of actually writing your cover letter for you and doing your application for you. We can help you with that process if you want us to. But it all starts with a consulting session. You must book a consulting session first. Must, right? It's not negotiable. So we book a consulting, we talk to you, right, first. So we can determine if you are qualified and if you are serious as well. Because if we open our lines and say everybody can talk to us without booking a consultation, we will talk to 500 persons a day. And at the end of the day, it's 5 persons that are serious about proceeding. So people just want to talk and chat and all of those things. And of course, we don't offer therapy services. That is the truth. So this is how to write a winning cover letter. You have to justify the reason why you want to visit the country that you're going to. In this case, we're talking about Canada, right? You have to justify the reason why you want to visit Canada. That's one. Then you also have to talk about your employment, how you earn money, proof of subsistence, right? Economic ties and all of those things. Then you also talk about how you be able to afford the trip. For myself, I didn't have to do all of that because I have a robust travel history. So I didn't even. If you look at all these cover letters for these clients, this is a full page. This is another full page, right? If you look at mine, this is a full page, and this is like water page right here. You see, so I didn't have to speak a lot of English because I understand. But if you don't have travel history, right, it's important that you speak all the English and make all the arguments, right? From justification of purpose to employment and economic ties to what you do for a living to how you're going to be affording the trip and ties to your country, reason why you're going to come back to your home country. It's important that you actually pay attention to all of those things, right? And like I said, we can also help you write these cover letters if you want us to. For those of you guys who have been refused a Canada visa before and you're wondering if it's possible to actually reapply, yes, it's possible. And this video will help you with how to do that. And if you want to do the Canada visa application yourself, I've also already made a tutorial right here showing you guys exactly how to get started from start to finish. And yes, you can do it yourself.